Hello everyone, and welcome to our English class. I'm so excited to have you here today. In this video, we're going to dive into 5 common mistakes that many English learners make, and more importantly, I'll show you how to fix them easily. Trust me, by the end of this lesson, you'll feel so much more confident and your English will sound more natural. Are you ready? Let's get started and supercharge your English skills. It's all about a tiny little letter that makes a huge difference, the letter S. I often hear learners say things like, "He go to the store," or "She play the piano." While I completely understand what you mean, the correct way to say this is with an S at the end of the verb. So, it should be, "He goes to the store," and "She plays the piano." This rule applies to the third person singular. That means for he, she, and it. It's a simple rule, but it's incredibly important for sounding natural. Let's practice this a bit more to make sure it sticks. Think about your daily routine. My dad, he works in an office. My sister, she loves to read books. Even my cat, it sleeps all day. See, works, loves, sleeps. It might feel a bit strange at first, but with a little practice, it'll become second nature. Try making a few sentences of your own right now. Talk about a family member or a friend. What does he or she do? Remember that S now for mistake number 2. Something that trips up learners all the time. The difference between much and many. It's actually simpler than you think. These are things you can literally count one by one, like apples can have 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples. So, you would say, "I have many apples." The same goes for books, chairs, friends, or cars. If you can put a number in front of it, use many. On the other hand, we use much for uncountable nouns. These are things you can't count individually, like liquids, concepts, or materials. For example, water. You can't say 1 water, 2 waters. You measure it in glasses or liters. So, you would say, "I don't have much water." This applies to things like sugar, money, time, and advice. You wouldn't say "I have many money," you'd say "I have much money," or more, naturally, a lot of money. So, the simple rule is, if you can count it, use many. If you can't, use much. It's a small change that makes your English sound much more accurate. Let's move on to mistake number 3, which is all about asking questions. In many languages, you can make a question just by changing your tone of voice at the end of a sentence. For example, you might say, "You are coming," with a rising intonation. In English, while people will probably understand you, it sounds a bit unnatural. The correct way to form most simple questions in English is to switch the subject and the verb. So instead of "you are coming," we say "are you coming?" We flip "you" and "are." This is called inversion, and it's a fundamental part of English grammar for questions. Let's look at another example. You wouldn't say, "He is a doctor." You would ask, "Is he a doctor?" We swapped "he" and "is." The best way to get comfortable with this is to practice. Think of simple yes or no questions you might ask every day. Is it cold outside? Are they ready? Is she your sister? The more you practice this verb-subject flip, the more automatic it will become, and your questions will sound perfectly natural to native speakers. Okay, let's talk about mistake number 4. This one is a bit more subtle. Fixing it will make you sound much more advanced. The mistake is using the phrase "very unique." I hear this a lot, like this, "Design is very unique," or "Her style is very unique." The problem here is that the word unique is what we call an absolute adjective. It means one of a kind. There's nothing else like it. Because it's already an extreme, it can't be modified by very. Something is either unique or it's not. There are no levels of uniqueness. So, what should you say instead? Just drop the very. Simply say, "This design is unique," or "Her style is unique." That's it. It's stronger and more grammatically correct. Other absolute words like this include perfect, essential, or impossible. You wouldn't say something is very impossible, right? It's either impossible or it isn't. So, next time you want to describe something as one of a kind, just use the powerful word, unique, all by itself. It's a simple fix that shows you have a deeper understanding of English vocabulary. Easy, right? And that brings us to our fifth and final mistake for today. This one brings us back to our friends much and many, but this time in questions. A common mistake is to ask, for example, how much books do you have? Or how much people are coming to the party? Can you spot the error? That's right, we're using much with countable nouns. Remember our rule from mistake number 2, B. The exact same logic applies here when you're asking how much or how many. Because books and people are countable, we should use many. The correct questions are, how many books do you have and how many people are coming to the party? And you use how much to ask about the amount of something you can't count. For example, how much time do we have? Or how much sugar should I add? So, before you ask a question about quantity, just take a quick second to think, is this noun countable or uncountable? That will tell you whether to use how much or how many. Alright, that was a lot of information. So let's do a quick recap of the 5 common mistakes we covered today. First, remember to add an S for the third person singular. It's he goes, not he go. Second, use many for things you can count, like many apples. Ask, are you coming? Not, you are coming. Fourth, avoid saying very unique. The word unique is strong enough on its own. Ask how many books, not how much books. Keep these 5 points in mind, and you'll avoid some of the most common pitfalls for English learners. Now, it's your turn to practice. The key to mastering a language is consistent practice. I want you to try making your own sentences using what you've learned today. After this video, try to repeat each of the correct sentences I shared. Say them out loud. For example, say she likes coffee. How many sisters do you have? This painting is unique. The more you say them, the more natural they will feel. Practice every single day, even if it's just for a few minutes. I promise you, the more you practice, the faster you will improve and the more confident you will become. Thank you so much for joining me in today's lesson. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep improving your English with me, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And be sure to check out our other episodes for more fun and useful English learning tips. Keep practicing, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.